Today at 41 Garage and Grill, we're going to start a new series. We're calling it our Overlander Build Series. Welcome to 41 Garage and Grill. If you like Jeeps, going on adventures, and occasionally throwing something on the grill, then this is the place for you. So smash the subscribe right now. I'm starting a new series I'm calling the Overland Build Series. We're going to make some changes to our Cherokee. So let's start at the beginning, right? So what's an Overlander? I don't know. It depends who you ask, right? You ask somebody out on the West Coast versus somebody on the East Coast, you probably get two totally different answers. You know, it could be something from, you know, chopping a path through the woods and going to where no man's ever been before and camping out there overnight versus going down some gravel road and out in the country and then ending up at a state park and camping out there. So I don't know, we're somewhere in between there. In the end, the overland stuff is just about the journey, the exploration, what you find along the way. So anyways, we got this Cherokee. You know, for a long time since we've had it, I've been thinking about doing some things to it, never really have pursued it, but an opportunity has presented itself, so we're going to go ahead and at least start making some changes and kind of document it in this series. So let's go check it out. Okay, here's our starting point, 2000 Cherokee. We've had this thing for a few years. It's basically just been our grocery getter. Love this. I've fallen in love with this thing. Like I said, we bought it for just kind of a grocery getter and didn't know what to expect from it, but I've fallen in love with it. And in the back of my mind, I've always hoped to take the time to be able to kind of convert it into a little more of an overland type vehicle. And the Cherokee is a great platform for it, right? A lot of cab space. Definitely easy to get aftermarket parts for it, being the 2000 Cherokee, and even, you know, any issues going on with it to be able to get replacement parts for it. So a lot of availability out there for this vehicle. It's got the 4-liter motor, which is pretty reliable. Got a great reputation behind it. And so let's talk a little more detail about some of the different things we're going to do here. Okay, real quickly, I just want to tell you what prompted this to start doing this now, right? It had been on my mind for a long time to do something like this with this Jeep. Just never have dedicated the resources to it. So we were at a Jeep event recently. He's talking to a guy who goes up to Michigan a couple times during the summer with his family, and they do some overland camping up in northern Michigan. Sounded like a lot of fun. Got the wheels turning in me again, you know, to try to pursue that a little more. And then a few days after that, I was on Facebook and saw a group of guys who are going down to Kentucky to the Daniel Boone Byway and going to do some overlanding down there. So I thought, what's like the minimum that I need to convert this over to be able to go down to that event and enjoy it and have fun with that? So kind of looking it over, come up with some ideas, and let's discuss that a little further. So one of the things I want to do to this thing is get a roof rack on it, right? I've been sort of starting to look at them online on Facebook Marketplace. And again, I'm trying to do this like within budget, not go crazy buying all the ARB, you know, high dollar things. Although I do love that ARB front bumper. Right now, I don't even have a spare tire for this thing as of today, but I have a plan for that, so let's talk about that. I have 31-inch tires. I talked to the guys that are doing this event. They said that should be fine, but I came across a deal that's hard to pass up. My wife, she just recently upgraded the wheels and tires on her Jeep. When we were at that tire shop, they had a set of 33s, 15-inch, that they took off another vehicle that they're selling, you know, at a price that it's really hard to say no to. So we're going to drop this off tonight. They're going to put the new tires on, including the spare, and then we're going to be able to, that'll be a nice little upgrade, gives us a little more wheel clearance underneath, and a cheap upgrade. Plus, by the time I sell these, pretty much break even. Okay, so now my next issue is, what do I do with this spare tire, right? We've never had a spare tire on this thing, and we've been very fortunate to, well, actually, we do have the stock spare tire inside. So maybe it would get us off the highway if we got in a jam. But anyways, we will now have a spare tire for out on the trail, right? So what do I do with that, right? So the plan is to get on Facebook Marketplace, try to find me a nice cheap roof rack, smack that sucker on there, and you know, also be room for more accessories and things like that. So I think that's the basics of what I need for this trip, because like I said, it's just going to be a long weekend, more or less a glamorized camping weekend. That'll give me a start, see where I'm at, see what's next. There's other things I want to do, like a front bumper. There's some rust along the rocker panels here. Try to clean that up. Put some undercoating underneath it to try to keep it from rusting away. You know, the Cherokees are notorious for their rust. So this is the start of the series. Like I said, we're going to drop it off tonight, get the tires. That'll be the first step. Okay, so we're back from the tire shop. Again, I changed out these 31-inch tires for some 33-inch tires. So let's take a look at them closer. So we gained about 2 inches of height, but as you can see looking in those wheel wells, it's a tight fit. Looking back here is even more. I barely can fit my fingers in this area here without touching. And needless to say, it rubs, especially in the front when we turn the wheels. We got a severe rub. So you can see here, it is very, very tight. If I put any weight on this at all, it's gonna hit. I knew we would be squishing those 33s in there. So I had a plan for that also. Okay, so there we go. I think we gained roughly 2 inches in height just by putting those tires on there. Obviously, the rub there is a big issue. It is a little bit worse than I thought it was going to be. I thought we'd be okay for a little while, but I do have a plan for that, right? And that plan is right here in this box. So let me get this in the camera so you can enjoy the view. So yeah, this box answers that problem. If you like this build or are excited about this build, want to see more of this build, hit subscribe now. Put a comment in below what you think of the Cherokee, and you know, if you're going to tag along and watch this build with us. Some of the things we have planned are near future. Some of the things are more long term that we're going to do to it. Just kind of see how it goes and evolves. We are going to try to keep it somewhat under a budget, but so in the meantime, we'll see you guys. Boom! For those of you who stuck around, here's a little plot twist. As you can tell, we're not in the shop anymore. Here's the Jeep. If you look really closely, you see a lot more room under those wheel wells. I've switched back to my 31-inch tires. Well, why is that, you ask? Well, the shop that I bought the 33-inch tires from, when they mounted them, they left water in the tires. And when I found that out, I brought it to a local shop, not the place where I bought them, but a shop close to home here. And when we took them off and started looking at them closer, the date codes on them, they were over 20 years old. There was a lot of dry rotting that you couldn't see until you actually had air pressure on them. So basically the moral of the story is you get what you pay for. I didn't pay much for them, but they were junk tires, and just kind of surprised that that place that sold me these tires, because it's reputable, or I thought it was a reputable place. They even support a Jeep club up in that area. So it is what it is, and we'll deal with that. But just want to let you know we're back on the 31s. Let me know what you think. Put something in the comments below. If you haven't already, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed by now and you're still watching, you should be subscribing. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Boom!
Without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night.